On this video, I'm going to be building the Mustang from Death Race. If you've never seen it, here's a clip real quick. One of my favorite movies, and I thought, wouldn't that be cool to build that car? So after a few weeks of looking around for a car, I think I found one that'll be the perfect donor. Let's go get it. All right, guys, we got it loaded up. This is what it's starting like. I think it's gonna be a good donor car. Seems super solid, like, you know, it's a Mustang. I mean, I'm not really a Mustang fan, but I think a Death Race Mustang is pretty freaking sick. So anyways, it's back there, we got it. Now let's go get started. All right, guys, here we are, night one, turning my Mustang into the Death Race car Mustang. Front end is turning out awesome so far. The hardest part is as I'm building, I'm trying to figure out in the movie how they built the car, because the car is actually functional. But they did use like lots of plywood and caulking and stuff like that to make the steel look really thick. I don't want to do that. I actually want to use steel. So what my plan is, I'm going to fully weld this strip out on here, and then I'm going to buff it down. In the movie, I believe they used plywood or thin metal and then laid caulk on there and then like smeared it to look like cutting torch, right? Well, I'm gonna take my plasma and I'm gonna scar it all up like this, grind on it a little bit, and I hope that it looks like a super thick 1-inch plate. Anyways, here it is, night one. Also in the movie, their radiator is completely covered up. I'm not gonna cover mine up just so that way it can be functional, right? Also in the movie, it looks like they've got this piece stationary. So that's what I'm gonna try and do on mine. And then that part of the hood will still function like it does, but then there will be another piece that overlays with the hood scoop and all that. I had a couple hours freed up today, so I went ahead and just worked a little bit on this. Got a little bit more done on the bumper, started covering up the windows. It's looking pretty cool though. It really has the look of the movie, which is what I'm going for. So stay tuned. All right, so I had another couple hours, so I went ahead and jumped on this a little bit more. Got this bumper all tightened up and got the windshield. I am gonna go watch the movie and hopefully be able to get a screenshot or something of those tubes, because I think I have a 1/2-inch solid stock on there right now, and it looks maybe more like it might be 1 inch, 3/4, I'm not sure, but that looks too small, so I'm gonna take that back off. All right, so getting onto the hood now. So what I'm doing is, for the super thick stuff, I'm cutting some actual plate, but I'm just putting a little bit in there. The rest of it's just gonna be boxed in sheet metal. So that way when you see it, it's gonna look like it's really thick metal. I gotta weld this, grind it up, cut on a little bit more, make it look a little rougher, but this is how I'm gonna make everything look super thick. Like my girl, you know what I'm saying? I like them thick. I need to get some more tips for my plasma, so I had to call it a night, but the hood is looking pretty cool, man. Check it out. And how I'm making the stuff look thick like this with just hollow channel that I made, it looks pretty sweet. It looks like real thick plate. And the idea here is I'm gonna wash this with after I weld it out, I'm gonna wash it with my plasma, so it'll look really similar to that too. Some might say I ruined a perfectly good car. Me? You can find Mustangs anywhere. You can't find a Death Race Mustang anywhere. Another real quick update, super smoky in here, but the front end's just about knocked out. Check it out. Unfortunately, like this, I made it fit up a little tighter than the movie, but the movie has a pretty big gap there, but I wanted it to look a little bit cleaner than that. Another night going on here in the shop on the Death Race car. I wanted to show you guys a couple things. I'm about to make this plate right here again for the passenger side. I'm cutting everything by hand with a plasma cutter, right? And I don't have a press brake, so this is what I'm doing. I'm taking a straight edge and cutting my bend marks like that. Then I'm gonna bend these up with a hammer, weld the seams, weld that, grind everything down.